Probably our favorite destination on the loop so far. One of the most photographed places in the entire North Channel. We're gonna see how little the current is. or if it's lotta current. The largest freshwater island in the world.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between. Good morning from the Pivot crew.
It is a beautiful morning here in Baie Fine. And we are going on a dinghy ride to not only take Precious out, but also to find internet. We don't have the weather forecast for today.
Which is critically important.
Yes, and last time I checked, there was winds today, and they ended off in the early afternoon. So I want to double check that and see if today's still good to leave. Yeah. It looks nice, but we're in such a protected cove here at Mary Anne Cove.
Yeah, it's a bit deceptive.
Don't quite know.
Look at all these rocks.
You just say look at it. Yeah. Look at it. Okay.
Good girl. Good job.
Right there.
Good girl. Good girl.
Oh. Good girl. Come on, up, up. Oh, thanks for the push off. All right, inside.
Ollie, I'm so proud of you. You're facing your fears. Yeah, good job, babe.
All right, now let's go find some internet. We had internet on the hike up to the top of the ridge, and we had internet coming through the waterway in Baie Fine. So we're gonna go out in the water first, and hopefully we don't have to re-hike the mountain. Just got it. In the middle of Baie Fine. It finally came in, and it's looking good. Here we are, Tuesday. This is windy, and we have blue winds. 2 knots gusting to 4 knots.
Excellent.
Yay, sweet. We're good to go.
Great.
Since we are good to go, we're gonna go ahead and release our stern line. There's no boats in the anchorage that we're gonna swing into, so we're gonna just do this now to make life easy for when we want to leave. And then we can raise Fred and just head out, and then we'll be good. How's the tree looking?
Good. More wear was on the line, which is a super thick and heavy line, than was on the tree, which was the purpose of the line.
Great.
So success.
We're figuring things out.
'cause I love you, yes I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no.
Truly, truly, truly awesome. I feel sad leaving it. I know it's good. I'm sad to be leaving Baie Fine, and I think that's a good sign for how impactful this was on us on our loop. This was so gorgeous, and the hikes were incredible. That's probably our favorite destination on the loop so far. It's just so much fun being here. We could stay here for weeks and do hikes and all this kind of stuff. Well, Mary Anne Cove was one of our favorite anchorages, for sure. But we have to keep moving, and it is the loop. And today we are heading to Little Current, which is a misnomer because it should be named Lotta Current, because the entire Georgian Bay gets its water from an area south of us, I don't know the name of it, and the area Little Current. So all that water that comes in and out, it's a seiche, so it'll raise the water level or lower it. And so since that much water is being pushed to a very small area, you can have a lot of current, upwards of 5 knots, as we were reading, in the worst of it. Now we've had pretty temperate weather for the past week, so I'm assuming it's not going to be too bad, but we will be docking. And docking in currents and leaving the dock in a current are some of the hardest things to dock in, so we're going to take it in stride.
I just have to add that Mary Anne Cove was also my favorite anchorage. That was my absolute favorite hike that we have done in Canada so far. That was absolutely spectacular. The views were incredible. It was challenging, which I like that in a hike. The views on the other hikes that we have done have also been beautiful, but this was just so expansive that I really felt like it was my favorite hike that we've done in Canada so far. I'm sad to be leaving. I want us to come back. I'm sad to be leaving. We are going to be reprovisioning once we get to Little Current. And so I'm trying to use up all the food that we have left. Right now we've kind of gotten into a bad habit of getting condiments at the store. Usually I try to stay very, very minimal on the condiments. And so I'm trying to get rid of all the stuff that's in the fridge to make room for the most produce that I want to put in the fridge. Today for lunch we have some salsa, some chips, some like queso dip, and some homemade guacamole. So it should be really good. Taste test.
We're coming up to what we heard is one of the most photographed places in the entire North Channel, and that's the Little Current Swing Bridge. And this bridge is special because it used to be a railroad bridge, and then they converted it into single lane traffic. And on the charts it says it should be 18 feet high, which means that we could go through without it opening. But here it's not, you know, the water level is not as consistent as it is in other areas of the loop. It's all depending on how the water fared compared to chart datum, and it's high now, so we could call the tender to make sure, but we're just gonna wait for it to open, and it opens on the hour, every hour, from dawn to dusk, and it looks pretty cool.
Roger that, we'll be waiting for you. Over.
Copy that, thank you. Canadians are so nice. Now that we're coming into little current, we're gonna see how little the current is. or if it's lotta current. We're chatting with a looper, Beth and Mike from Amy Marie, who you've seen at some of our recent videos. They came in here today and they said the current was not too bad. You know, obviously we're still gonna check it and keep an eye out for the boat that they have. They have this boat buoy on the west side, and apparently you can see which way it's moving, which refers to which way the current is going. We're gonna keep an eye out for that, but it seems good so far. Some of these boats are kind of like holding out a little bit far. We don't really like doing that. We're gonna come a little closer to the bridge, point into the current if we need to, wait, because we don't move fast. So, and sometimes it's interesting, like this meridian like flew by us today when we were coming out there, like through a giant wait, and now they've been waiting here for like 20 minutes. So make sure you follow the trick where you set the destination in Navionics as the bridge, so that way you can see your ETA to the bridge. So throughout the entire trip today, we've been arriving between 2:45 and 2:55 for the 3 o'clock opening. Right now it's 2:56. So it's a good way to save gas. Very important. That was a beautiful bridge. One interesting thing that I thought is that it's a lot less tarnished and rusty. I presume because there's no salt in the water. And now we are going to the Port of Little Current, which is just right here. So Jen's gonna prep the boat. We're gonna have a nice, smooth, safe, fun docking.
Port of Little Current, over.
The GoPro wasn't really working that well, so we didn't film it, but like easy peasy. Good job, first minute.
Thanks.
Pump out went smooth. Now I just checked in because the Wallies, they kind of do a fuel and pump out here in the Port of Little Current. So I went to the office, checked in, bought our slip. They have so many openings here. We didn't have a reservation or anything, and I asked where the best Wi-Fi was. So I think that kind of shifts sometimes with the times. And we're gonna go to a slip that hopefully has good Wi-Fi. It might not be good for us, but hopefully it's good.
Good enough.
Good enough, yeah. We are maximizing our time. Our first dock with water since Aurelia, which was a very long time ago. So we're cleaning the boat. We're gonna do a boat tour video in a few days, so hope you guys enjoy that. The boat needs to be clean. Needs to be clean for that knot. I've been anchoring and going to lock walls for 2 weeks, kind of clean. And then we're gonna try to go downtown. We walked around a little bit, scoped it out, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. And tomorrow we're gonna be going to the Cruiser's Net sort of live show at about 9 a.m. with Roy. So that's gonna be really fun. Learn more about that in tomorrow's video.
How's it feel, babe?
Oh, I've been working my tail off all day. You know, just me in the brush, just scrubbing. And that's all I do is work. Just kidding, I literally started 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, the man who has the good job of bow thruster this way, bow thruster that way. In gear, out of gear. Elliot's doing the decks and I am doing the rest of the boat.
Haven't heard this one before. Elliot's doing the decks 3 months later. Still not done. Our decks are soft. We're gonna begin the process of recoring our decks, and I'd like to tell you I know exactly what I'm doing, but this is gonna be even the first time that I'm using a circular saw. Like, my heart's... It does. 2 months later, and we have officially done 90% of the boat.
Elliot just loves his decks, so you know, don't want to interrupt that bond.
We're gonna celebrate a clean boat with 2 beers. Sorry. But thank you for still serving us after last call.
That was a great little pit stop with some beers. I had a raspberry sour and
I had the strawberry blonde ale, which some of the proceeds go to the First Nation community here. And we toasted to being on the largest freshwater island in the world.
Manitoulin Island. Tonight for dinner I used more of the clean out the fridge approach for dinner. So I used up our mashed potatoes and our mushrooms. So we have a mushroom and lentil stew with some mashed potatoes. As I was getting ready for bed tonight, I was reflecting on just how amazing this journey has been so far. There's definitely been highs and lows, but I'm just so grateful to be in the North Channel, and I think that this area is such a cool and unique area, and we are so excited for the anchorages that we're going to be exploring in the next few days. Tomorrow we'll be in Little Current 1 extra day before we continue on to some really exciting spots. Thank you for watching our journey around America's Great Loop. See you in the next vlog whenever we leave Little Current and head to our next anchorage. Thanks so much for watching.
Seiche, which called the seiche. Is the seiche a noun or a verb?
The slowest bridge opening of my life. The slowest bridge opening of my life.
I was reading on Elliot, it's supposed to take 7 minutes.
To open fully?
I guess. So is that person just enjoying life over there in the Speedo?
By the way, how's my hair? Looking fine.
I didn't even know we were gonna be on Manitoulin Island when we got here.